In this video, I'm gonna talk about my run-ins with the police. Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. And P.S. by the way, like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel by clicking the little bell below. And if you need more help in your relationships, click that join tab below as well. And P.S. by the way, I just got this book less than 5 minutes ago. The Invisible Man. Classic. It's a novel by Ralph Ellison. Classic right here. I just got it. Check this out. When I say I just got it, I just got it. Here's the box from Amazon. I got The Invisible Man. Classic, baby. And I got another book by The Yogi. Yeah, that's right here, baby. You did. Inner Engineering, a Yogi's Guide to Joy. Yes, sir. But this book, Invisible Man, there's a lot of stuff in this book I can relate to. Because I've been the Invisible Man. In a lot of jobs. In a lot of situations that I find myself in. I've been that guy. You know? Now, I haven't read the book yet. But there's a lot of stuff in there that I've been told by other people that gave me like little spoilers here and there. I said, oh man, I can relate to that. Yeah, 100%. So somebody was like, hey man, hey, you ever had any run-in with cops involving women? Or you ever have any run-in with cops just period? And yeah, I've had a lot of run-ins with cops. I'm not untouchable or special. When I'm out and about, I'm just another man, bro. You know, cops don't know who I am unless I know them personally, but I don't know a lot of cops personally. And when I'm traveling out and about, man, I don't know no cops. You know, and a lot of these hicknick towns, hillbilly towns, I don't know anybody out there. This is part of the reason why I gotten stopped so many times by cops up to this point. This is part of the reason why I don't drive long distance. Because I just don't want to take a chance and go through the hassle. Because now, see, back then, people didn't have cameras on cell phones when I was getting stopped all these times. Cops didn't wear body cams when I was getting stopped. You know, when I was getting stopped, and when I used to tell people what happened to me, they didn't believe me. They thought I was lying. But today, now, you know, you got it on camera so people can actually see what's going on. But when I was getting stopped, people was like, oh, come on, man. You had to done something, man. Cops don't do you like that, man. And this is like 10 years ago. 10, 15 years ago. When I used to get stopped all, like, on a regular. Because I used to travel. And most of the time I used to drive. And I've gotten stopping cars when I weren't necessarily driving. I was just in the car. So, you know, things happen out there, man. But there's two stories I can tell you real quick. One of them is when I was in the Navy. I was in San Diego. And, my man was talking to this white chick. And she had a friend, right? So he's like, yo, man, she got a friend. You can come along with me or whatever. And keep in mind, I'm new. This is my first. I wasn't even in the Navy. I'm like in the Navy, 5 months? I just got out of boot camp. You know, I got like a week or two left before I either go home for like a week or two. Then after that, I could go to Japan to my permanent duty station, right? So I'm hanging out with him for like a week or two. So, you know, the girl picked us up, and you know, we going downtown San Diego just to hang out or chill or whatever, right? So on the way down there, I don't remember what highway it was on. I think it was the freeway that's in San Diego. I think it was a freeway that's in San Diego that runs from San Diego to L.A. But if I'm not mistaken, that's the freeway we was on. So we was on the way downtown, and the state trooper stopped us, and he was like, "Hey, y'all, all right?" They was like, "Yeah, we're cool. You sure?" They was like, "Yeah, we're cool." So he's like, y'all have a nice day then." Now he didn't ask for no license, nothing. Now keep in mind, the white chick, she was driving. So all of us kind of looked at each other like, what was that about? So I'm like, how come he asked if y'all was alright, but he ain't asking if we was alright? So, you know, that was pretty much the end of that. You know, that was like, you got to keep in mind, at the time, I'm 20 years old. You know, I never really had no, I've gotten tickets. I got a ticket before when I was at home in South Carolina. But I was speeding. So, I mean, if I'm speeding, okay, you stop me, you got me. That makes sense to me. I ain't got no problems. If I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing, hey, I ain't got no problem. You know? But if things start happening, you start doing stuff, you trying to put stuff on me, you trying to make up some stuff, I got a problem with that. You know? I got a problem with that. And it's another time, I was driving this time. I was in North Carolina. I was leaving Charlotte, and I was going to Atlanta. And I got stopped in Greenville, South Carolina, by a deputy sheriff on I-85. Now, anybody that lives in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, you know what I-85 is. You know how it is, right? So he stopped me, and he was like, let me see your driving license. All right, here you go. So he went to his truck, came back, and was like, hey, can I get you to step up out the car, come to the back of my truck? So there was like a railing on the side of the highway, you know. So I basically just stood on the side of, sat on the railing basically, because we was on the highway for like 20 minutes, right? So he calls me, the officer calls me, was like, hey, I need your insurance card. After 20 minutes now. Now you in the car running my driving license, doing whatever you do. After 20 minutes, then you gonna call me and was like, hey, I need your insurance card. I said, okay, I'll get it for you. He said, hold on. Do they know where it's at? Because at the time, I had a black woman in the car and a Japanese girl, right? I said, yeah, they know where it's at. He said, okay, I'll let them give it to me. So you stay right here. So I said, all right, cool. So he goes back to the car on the passenger side, and not only did he ask for the card, he starts to question them. Hey, why are you with this dude? How long you known him? Where you going? And this and that. And I knew something was up because it don't take that long. The damn card was like on the top in the glove compartment. So it don't take that long, you know. So he comes back to his truck and run the insurance, whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So he come back to me. It was like, hey, how long you known these girls? Blah, 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 this and that, whatever, this and that. So he said, well, Reason why I stopped you because you swerve in the highway. And I was like, really? He said, yeah, okay, all right. I'm gonna give you a warning or whatever, you know, just slow it down, have a nice day or whatever, right? Now, when I got back in the car, he was gone. I got back in the car. After I heard some of the questions he was asking them, I realized that, first off, he was trying to figure out why they were with me, number one. And the second thing he thought they were prostitutes based on the questions that he was asking them. And I was like, what the hell's going on, man? This damn cop crazy as cat shit. He thought they were prostitutes, man. Because he was asking them for ID. And he wrote their driving license number down and ran it when he went back to his truck. So he ran all three of our driving license. He was checking for warrants and all kind of stuff. More than likely. Because that when they run your when they put your driving license number in the computer, it checks for everything. This is the type of shit that happens, man. Now, I've never been to jail before. I've never been to the county jail. I've never been to prison, none of that stuff. But I've never been in a physical altercation with a cop. Boy, but one time, boy, I had a cop he swung at me one time. He swung at me and I backed up. I was on I-20 I was actually going home. I was now on I-20 leaving Atlanta to Augusta. There's like a dead area where it's nothing out there. You might drive for like an hour on I-20 leaving Atlanta to Augusta. It's nothing out there. When I say there's no houses, there's no people. It's just animals and woods out there. It's like the dead zone. Now, anybody that's been on I-20 leaving Atlanta to Augusta, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's nothing out there. If you broke down out there, you're going to be waiting for a long time for roadside assistance for somebody to come and get you because there's nothing out there for like over an hour, right? So I got stopped out there by a state trooper just before I got to that dead zone area. Because I stopped at the gas station to get some gas. And that's another thing. If you don't get no gas, if your gas is too low, you will run out of gas. Because there ain't no gas station out there. Nothing out there. So this gas station is like the last gas station before you hit that dead area. So as I was leaving the gas station, going down the ramp, about to get back on I-20, the state trooper stopped me. And I was like, I'm trying to figure out why I got stopped because I wasn't even driving fast, right? And come to find out, he stopped me because first I had a rental. And I had Florida tags on the back. Now, I didn't notice, but cops tend to stop a lot of cars that have Florida tags because back in the day, back in the day, a lot of dudes used to transport dope in the car with Florida tags. So I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't know that. I mean, I wasn't riding dirty. I'm never riding dirty. So basically, he just made up something. He was like, hey, well, I'll stop you because you were swerving in side to side on the road or whatever. I wasn't doing that, but whatever. They can make up anything when they stop you, by the way. So he ran the tags for the rental and my driving license, and then he called back up too. That's another thing. He called back up on me, and the other cop came. Hey, what you do for a living? This and that. I was like, yo, I'm a programmer. And then While the other cop was talking to me, the other cop was running the license and tags and everything. So now the cop that was running the tags and everything, he was a very aggressive dude. You know, the guy that showed up, he's kind of laid back, just talking or whatever. You know, he said, "Hey, that's the type of job, a program is the type of job where you can do from home, basically." I said, "Yeah, you don't got to be in the office to really do that type of job or whatever, right?" So I could tell by the conversation, he thought I was doing something illegally. He just big. Plus, I had Florida tags, so I was like, "Yo, he think I'm on some illegal type shit." And I'm like, I don't care. I'm clean. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing on me, unless you put something on me. That's the only way you get me. And then you wasn't gonna do that because I'm standing outside, and you're not getting in the car. You know. So dude comes back out the car, and kind of kept getting close to me, like all in my space. So I stepped back. I'm like, what the hell? I stepped back one time. He come forward. I stepped back a second time. So he kind of threw his elbow, kind of took a swing at me. I'm like, so I backed. I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? What's all the aggressiveness going on, man? Is this really necessary? Am I under arrest or detained or what? I've been on the side of the road for 30 minutes, and I haven't done anything illegal. So what? Why am I still here for all this time? He's like, it'll take me a long time to run the numbers and run your driving license and your insurance. And I said, look, I got insurance. This is a rental. This ain't my car. I gave you the paperwork. He said, yeah, I know, this, that, whatever, man. So he looked at his buddy, and his buddy was like, hey, you can go. So I got in the car, I'm gone. I'm like, what the heck was that about? That's the only time where a cop really got close to me, up on me like that. But I never got in a physical altercation with a cop. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because I'm always cool. I don't care what the fuck they do. As long as they don't touch me, they can say what they want to say. I don't care what they say. It's nothing a cop can say that's going to catch me off guard and get me upset. You can call me nigga all day long. That ain't going to bother me. As a matter of fact, I expect you to call me a nigga. I expect it. I expect everything you call me everything under the sun. But it ain't going to matter to me one bit. Because I know who I am. I expect the worst. So you can talk all day long. That ain't gonna faze me nothing. I'll get your badge number and I'll file a complaint. Now just don't touch me. Now if a cop touch me, I'm defending myself. I'm not going to I ain't going out like that. Now, and the thing to keep in mind, you can do everything right. You can stay calm, cool, and collective. Things still go wrong. I've seen it happen. I've heard people where they were cool, calm, and collective, and they still end up going to jail and still end up getting beat up. So I know how it go out here, but I'm not immune to encounters with cops. I've had many encounters with cops. Most of the time, I wasn't doing anything wrong, but I still got stopped. As a matter of fact, when I do get stopped, and when I do get if they catch me doing something wrong, it usually goes too fast. You take my driving license, insurance papers, come back, this the ticket, leave it moving. The times when I'm not doing anything wrong, oh man, I'm on the side of the road for 30, 40 minutes, 45, 50 minutes. Because they're just trying to come up with something. That's been my experience. But I haven't got stopped in a long time. Knock on wood. But when I was getting stopped, bro, there were no cameras. It was just my word against his. And I used to go back and tell people about what happened to me, bro. Nobody believed me. Nobody cared. So I've spent thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars on attorneys, bro. I've spent money on attorney fees when I ain't done nothing wrong. I spend money on attorney fees when I did do something wrong. Most of my money was spent on getting an attorney. The majority of it was spent on getting an attorney when I ain't doing nothing wrong. They just made up some shit. And when you go into that courtroom, man, it's a joke. It's just a money grab. That's all it is. These little hick-nick towns where the majority of their revenue comes from cops stopping people and giving them tickets and getting them to come up in the courtroom and paying them high-ass court fees. That's where most of the revenue comes from in these little small towns. And putting people in jail. That's a moneymaker in these small towns. I would say this. If it wasn't for the court system in most of these towns would crumble. That's where majority of their money come from in these small towns. Do your own research. You see what I'm talking about. That's why a lot of these cops stop people like they do, because they're trying to get money for the city. So that's my story. I only gave you like 3 stories, but there's a lot more where that came from. And hopefully, I won't have any more anytime soon. So hey, like this video, share this video. Tell me your stories, your encounter with cops. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.